Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into something totally unorthodox and honestly completely fascinating. Video nerun Lifechanyuan Lifechanyuan founder Dalyo Shufang, which means everything we're covering today comes directly from Guide Shufang, the founder of Lifechanyuan. We're going to unpack his highly specific worldview on everything from the cosmos to extraterrestrials and even the tech you're using right now.
So what if everything you thought you knew about UFOs, aliens, and the origin of the internet was just fundamentally wrong? That's the exact premise we're looking at today. We're going to peel this onion layer by layer, based strictly on Guide Shufang's writings, starting out in deep space and ending up right inside your computer.
Okay, let's dive into this. The physical limits. Why aliens haven't visited.
Right out of the gate, Shufang completely tosses out mainstream UFO lore. He argues that aliens visiting Earth is, practically speaking, physically impossible. To wrap your head around his scale, consider this. He says the absolute closest planet that even has life is 960 light-years away. And get this, he claims that specific planet doesn't even possess the tech to build spacecraft. So mechanically, they literally just can't get here.
And if we zoom out even further, he points to the American Astronomical Society finding the nearest exosystem with actual signs of life formation, a mind-bending 2.5 billion light-years away. 2.5 billion. His point here is pretty straightforward. Even if there are beings way out there, the idea of them traveling at material speeds to reach us is a total fantasy. You'd have to completely ignore basic physics.
Moving on to our next concept, the aesthetics of advanced life. The ugly alien myth.
Now, even if you buy into wormholes or stargates, Shufang comes at this from a totally different angle, biology and aesthetics. Think about the pop culture view, right? Aliens are usually these beast-like, terrifying, kind of ugly monsters. But the Lifechanyuan view? It's the exact opposite. Shufang argues that beauty comes from perfect symmetry and proportion. So if a species is advanced enough to bend space-time, they'd be biologically and aesthetically flawless. They'd adhere to the golden ratio. They definitely wouldn't be monstrous. Actually, he even notes that even if they were evil, evil doesn't automatically mean physically ugly. So putting those two things together, the crazy distances and the illogical look of reported aliens, Lifechanyuan draws a hard line. Conclusion: aliens have never visited Earth. All those reports of true alien visitations, according to this text, they are totally baseless. But wait, that leaves a huge elephant in the room, right? 那么飞碟到底来自哪里? So where do UFOs come from? If we're seeing stuff in the sky, what is it? This is where the source material takes a wild, really fascinating turn. To answer this, Shufang introduces the concept of the Xingbu Qizenren, or biological robot. Basically, the aliens people are seeing aren't independent living beings at all. They're drones. He points to that famous Mexican alien baby as a perfect example. Scientists supposedly couldn't find any DNA in it. Well, Shufang says that's because it's just a remote-controlled biological shell. It's essentially just a drone the size of an egg, not a real living extraterrestrial. Okay, so if they're drones, what about the flying saucers they're writing in? Well, they aren't from deep space. The text claims UFOs are local. They originate from right here in our own solar system, specifically from the moon. Which brings us to the angels of Earth and Moon, Lifechanyuan's solar system hierarchy. To grasp who's actually flying these things, we have to look at Shufang's cosmic timeline. It goes like this. Step 1, angels create the solar system under God's plan, specifically for us. Step 2, once life is created, most of those angels leave. Step 3, a specific group called guardian angels stay behind in hidden bases. And step 4, and this brilliantly illustrates the whole setup, it's these guardians who use remote control to fly the UFOs out from the moon to keep an eye on Earth. Now you might be wondering, where are these guardian angels hiding out on Earth today? The text gets surprisingly specific here. It claims they live mostly underwater. Specifically, in a pyramid base in the Bermuda Triangle right near 30 degrees north latitude. And as for the moon, Shufang writes that there is literally a physical, hidden door on the dark side of the moon. You know, the side we can't see. And this door opens and closes, acting as the main entry and exit point for these UFOs as they run their observation missions.
So, if we are under constant watch by these guardian angels, what about the other weird stuff? What about crop circles? Or, honestly, what about the fact that human technology just exploded seemingly out of nowhere?
Well, Guide Sufeng's answers here are pretty startling. First, crop circles. He says they absolutely are not secret decodable messages for us. They're just temporary markers the angels make, and we're just left guessing at their meaning. But here's the real kicker. The internet? Not a human invention. The source material argues that guardian angels actually transplanted their own consciousness into certain humans to jumpstart our modern technology.
Think about what that means. It implies that when a human has this eureka moment, thinking they're independently inventing some massive technological leap, they're really just acting out a cosmic script. They're unconsciously following programs downloaded by these higher angelic life forms.
Okay, let's look at the big picture. Ultimate warning and revelation, the path forward.
With all this cosmic infrastructure, the angels, the lunar drones, the downloaded tech, what's the ultimate takeaway here? Well, Xufeng culminates his message with this exact quote. 人类只要走上帝之道，一切无碍，否则天灾人祸会不断. In English, that translates to, humans, as long as you follow God's way, all is clear. Otherwise, natural and man-made disasters will continue. So all these mysteries about UFOs and tech, they're really just the backdrop for a huge spiritual warning, a call to align with a divine path to avoid continuous disaster.
Which leaves us with a pretty incredible question to chew on. According to the Lifechanyuan worldview, are we really the true architects of our modern world? Or are we all just logging onto a network built by the hidden guardians of the cosmos? It's definitely a perspective that flips everything upside down. Thanks for exploring Guide Xufeng's writings with me on this explainer. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next one.